What's up guys, Anthony here. In this video, I'm talking about the 10 worst neighborhoods in Atlanta. Let's begin. What's up guys, my name's Anthony LaBorde and I'm a realtor here in Atlanta, Georgia. If this is your first time on my channel, first of all, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, assuming you just did. Go ahead and hit that little bell while you're at it. It does wonders for the YouTube algorithm, pushes my content out to other people looking to learn more about living, working, playing here in Atlanta, GA. And if you know somebody that's moving here or you yourself are thinking about moving here, please pass along my information. I'm talking to people every single day, more and more every week from all over the globe, moving to Atlanta, wanting to learn more, and I'm just having so much fun teaching them about it, getting them moved here, making new friends, and getting them on their way. It's just been a lot of fun. Please pass along my information if that is you. But in this video, we're talking about the worst neighborhoods in Atlanta. Now, I have to be careful here. There's a fine line as a realtor. You don't want to cross about steering people in certain directions. You don't want to steer them away. You don't want to steer them to. We are here to educate, to guide, to be a consultant in the real estate industry, and then help you make your decision on where you want to live. However, just like I get a lot of questions about where's the best place to live, what's the best suburbs, what's the best neighborhoods, what's the best schools, just as almost as frequently I get the same question about where's the worst places, where should I avoid, where should I. Now again, I don't want to cross that line, but facts are facts, metrics are metrics. This is public information you can find anywhere if you do a little bit of digging, but here I'm going to educate you. So we're looking at 5 different metrics. We're looking at unemployment, we're looking at housing costs, we're looking at income per capita, we're looking at crime rates, and we're also looking at school ratings. So these metrics together, when you combine them, you can see the direction that a neighborhood's going or how it's been performing. Are people moving businesses in there? Are they growing? Are they expanding? Is the value going up or is it going down? So again, metrics that anybody can find. But here I'm going to share it with you. Let's begin. So the first stop on our list, and number 10, is Adamsville. Adamsville is about 20 minutes west of downtown. It's actually right at the corner of I-20 and 285. If you're familiar with the city, you know this is a heavily industrialized area. The Chattahoochee River runs right down through there along with Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Years and years ago, this used to be a lot of rail yards in the area. So you got a lot of loading and unloading of barges, just a heavy industrial area. The thing that hurts this neighborhood the most is not so much the crime. The crime that does happen there is more property crime. You get some break-ins, some car theft, but it's more so the unemployment rate, the income. It's a very low income area. The median income in there as an individual is $16,000 a year. The median household income is only $28,000 a year. That's almost 50% lower than the national average. But also the unemployment rate, it's at 16%. That's 228% higher than national average. That's extremely high. Another unsettling statistic is that 95% of the children in this neighborhood are below the poverty line. That saddens me, but again, these are socioeconomic factors that do affect neighborhoods and the direction that they're going in. Then also the schools in the area, they do have low school ratings there, a very low graduation rate, and also their test scores are much lower. They're about 70% lower than the national average. But then there's also some positives of the area. Six Flags is right up the road there, so you have a lot of amenities in the areas. There are opportunities for growth, so if you're looking to invest, this is another great area to put your money in. So number 9 on our list is Mechanicsville. This is a neighborhood just on the south side of downtown. It's basically right in the downtown area. Very similar metrics to Adamsville, so it does have a higher crime rate. Again, more property crime than violent crime. Regarding the unemployment rate, Mechanicsville is not quite as high as Adamsville. We're at 12%, but still substantially higher than the national average of 5% right now. But then also the schools in the area just has a very low rating school, so you don't get very many families in there. On the positive side though, if you are an investor, Mechanicsville is right on the south side of downtown, so the amenities in the area are just phenomenal. Those that are coming in and buying them as Airbnbs, investments, flipping them, rentals, they're doing super well in this area because our amenities are just unbelievable. You're right there in the middle of everything. It just happens to be located in a bad school area, and there's some little bit of crime in there, so we don't see as many young families looking for the higher rating schools coming into the downtown area. So the next stop and number 8 on our list is Lakewood Heights. Lakewood Heights is a neighborhood just southeast of downtown. It's just about 10-15 minutes out of it. You go 85 south. It's on the eastern side of it as you head towards the airport. Now, one of the things about Lakewood Heights that I think has so much potential is the amenities in the area. It does have a higher crime rate than most of the neighborhoods in Atlanta. It does have a lower median income for individuals and families. And then also the schools in the area are struggling, but there's so much amenities down there. There's a film studio that just got opened up. There's the EUE Screen Gym Studios. That's a tongue twister. That's located down there. The South Bend Dog Park, the South Bend Park. It's a big park down in that area. Lakewood Stadium. There's an amphitheater in the area, but then it's so close to downtown. You're literally only 10 or 15 minutes right outside of downtown, so you have access to all those amenities. So again, if you're an investor looking for an area, to me, Lakewood Heights is one of the best areas because of what it has to offer there. I think it struggles a little bit with some crime still in the area. The schools still need to get their ratings and their test scores up, but man, you do that 5-10 years down the road and Lakewood Heights may be off this list permanently. So number 7 on our list is Center Hill. This is a neighborhood that's in northwest Atlanta. It's just west of downtown, a little bit a little bit west of Bankhead. The challenge with this residential area is there's not a lot of amenities around it. It's surrounded by a lot of industrial parks. You have the Norfolk Southern rail yard north of it. The Atlanta Industrial Yard is northeast of it. And then further west is the Fulton County Airport. So you have all this industrial complexes around it. One of the unique things about the neighborhood is it's very high in senior citizens and retirees. So again, if you're an investor looking in the area, it doesn't have the best schools, but retirees don't care about the schools. The crime rate's really not that high compared to some of the other areas in Atlanta. It's more property break-ins, auto theft, things like that. Not that those are great things, but no violent crimes in there. But then the unemployment rate is super high, and it's hitting all of these metrics. But again, this is an opportunity for investors. If you're looking to put money in Atlanta, this particular neighborhood is great because you can find great values on homes, put in a little bit of money, and then turn around and sell it to somebody who's retiring for still a great deal on a house. But you now have the upgrades, you have some profit in there, and it helps the community. Again, if we can get more businesses and investors in these neighborhoods to invest money and grow the value and start selling these homes for a little bit higher at a time, eventually the value of the whole area is going to change and these neighborhoods will no longer be on this list. So number 6 on our list is the neighborhood of Adair Park. Adair Park is, again, just south of downtown. It's basically in downtown. It's just west of Mechanicsville, which we've already mentioned. Some of the things that are hurting this neighborhood are the rising crime rate, the increasing unemployment rate. Again, they're up around 16%, which is just astronomically high. The median income, again, is back down to $16,000 per individual. That's extremely low. And the schools in the area are struggling, where the schools' test scores are less than 85% of the national average, which is extremely, extremely low. And unfortunately, only 70% of people in Adair Park have completed high school. So it's a struggling neighborhood. One of the good things about it is, again, it's right next to all the amenities of downtown Midtown. So a good investment may be an Airbnb property. A lot of people are coming in town temporarily. They don't really worry about these metrics when they're there for the weekend or a baseball game, or Georgia Tech is right across the freeway there. So maybe it's a college game. So, and it's a great place for Airbnb, maybe a rental income property, but not so much single families looking for great schools or a growing neighborhood. So if you were to leave Adair Park and just go west, the very next neighborhood you'll run into is Oakland City. Again, very similar metrics as Adair Park. Struggling unemployment rate where it's increasing. It's up around 15-16%, astronomically high. The median income for families is very low. The schools in the area are struggling. The test scores are still worse than about 80% of the rest of the country, the national average, these particular schools in that area. But once again, all the amenities in that area make it a great opportunity for investors. Airbnb, maybe somebody looking for income producing duplexes, quadplexes. There's a lot of them in this area. Great for investments. We really need that commercial money to come in that area and increase this value to get these neighborhoods off this list. So the next stop on our list, and number 4, takes us down around the airport down to East Point. Now, unfortunately, these last couple of neighborhoods, they do have an increasing crime rate in the area, and that's probably their biggest downfall. There is high crime down there around the airport on the north side. To give you an example, East Point has a 432% higher crime rate than the national average. That's so sad to say. 228% higher violent crime, 470% higher property crime in the area. So again, they've got to clean up this area. More funding needs to be given. More funding needs to go to our police departments, not defund the police. More funding to the police department. They got to focus on these areas, clean this up. That way we can get more families in there, increase these school ratings, get our employment rates up, get our income rates up, and it'll do wonders, but we got to get that crime out of there. So for number 3 on our list, we head further south outside of town, just past the airport, down 85, and we run into Union City. Now, Union City is much larger than your typical neighborhood. It's probably not even a neighborhood. It's more of a small suburb. It has about 20,000 people in there, but again, it's an area that's struggling with their schools to get their unemployment rate up higher. To get their employment rate higher, get their unemployment rate down lower, but then also that income. It's a struggling community that has a very low income in there. Get the poor schools, the low income, the housing costs are extremely low. A lot of rentals in the area. Same thing we've been talking about with some of these other neighborhoods, but Union City is also an area that's got a lot of potential. There's a lot of amenities around there. It's a big area with a lot of people in it. So again, if we could get more growing businesses down there, Union City would be off this list pretty soon. So the last 2 neighborhoods on our list of ones to potentially avoid, depending on what you're looking for long term, are College Park and Forest Park. They border each side of the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, the international airport. One's on the west side, one's on the east side. Both of them, unfortunately, their biggest downfall is the crime rates in this area. I'll give you an example. So in College Park, there's a 220% higher crime rate overall than the rest of the country on the national average. There's a 205% higher violent crime rate, and then a 220% higher property crime rate. Again, it's very unfortunate for the area. We see this in a lot of major metropolitan areas right around their big airports. Just not the best housing, not the best schools. Income levels are pretty low, and you get all those socioeconomic factors together, and unfortunately it just causes for a struggling neighborhood. You don't get many businesses in there. It's a big snowball effect. These are common denominators we've seen with all these neighborhoods, but hopefully this list helps you out. That's the top 10 neighborhoods of potentially to avoid if you're a single family looking for good schools, growing neighborhoods, low unemployment rate, high incomes. These are not those neighborhoods. These are probably best for Airbnbs, flips, rental, investment properties, people looking for income producing properties. But again, hopefully you learned something from this list. My name is Anthony LaBorde. I'm a realtor here in Atlanta, Georgia. If you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and do that. Hit that little bell. You're going to know when I put out some more fresh, cool content. But if you know somebody moving to Atlanta, please pass along my information. And if it's you, shoot me a text, shoot me a phone call, tell me what you're doing, tell me about your time frame, what your plans are, and I'd love to help you out. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching my videos. Check out some of the other ones in and around here. Talk to you soon.